Just eating a banana. Welcome, everybody. How you all doing? Welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Wonderful day today. If you're watching on replay, you probably missed the fact that I've uploaded and worked on some amazing crystals these past 2 weeks. Que Sera, absolutely gorgeous. Midnight Lace, Obsidian, absolutely phenomenal crystal. Some beautiful topaz, London Blue. I'm just about to finish working on them now. Just about to upload them shortly. Really, really beautiful. Really beautiful. Yeah, Peridot. I've really enjoyed working with the crystals this past 2 weeks. It's been phenomenal. Great energy. Numnite, which I've got around my neck right now. And sometime this week I'll be working on some beautiful onyx. I've got some gorgeous onyx. And some unusual, beautiful pieces, singular pieces. Also, golden rutile. Got some beautiful, genuine golden rutile. That's really nice. And I've got some more morset I'm working on right now. That will be, I've actually created, I'm just in the process of creating morset pendants with roll gold. A lot of people were asking for that. Coming hopefully in a few weeks. I've created all the crystals. I've got all the crystals ready. Sent them to Ballet, and now hopefully they'll be coming back. So some of those combinations are absolutely beautiful combinations. So I just finished a long 1 hour chat with our beautiful tech guy, Philip, and we're having a change of store. The shop store is going to change somewhat. It's going to be an easier experience. I'm not saying it's difficult, but it's not as easy as it should be. Always the problem is that we've got over 15,000 single items on there. So each crystal, unlike many websites, show you a crystal, but you'll be buying another one. Each crystal on a singular level, apart from some of the tektites and shungites, which are in bags, you never get the exact picture, but we're actually changing that as well. We're going to make sure that everything that we take a photo of is exactly what you're going to get. I think that's a smart move. So the website is going to be easy to navigate. It's going to have more filters. It's going to offer you more choice, because sometimes it's hard to find things on that website, in the shop. It's really challenging. I know some of you mentioned to me a lot. I love the website, but it's challenging in the shop. And so we're trying to get it so that it's more friendly, more usable. And we're trying to make suggestions. So I'll give you a great example. Somebody buys a Moldavite. They love Moldavite. If they'd have known that we had a Moldavite oil, if they'd have known that we had incense sticks with Moldavite dust on, that's really nice. Thanks for that. So it's a suggestion. It's like, hey, this is related to Moldavite. You just say, no, thank you. Can't afford today. Oh, that's a great idea. And I do that when I just bought something the other day, and it suggested 3 things. And I went, oh, yeah, thanks. Easy. Brilliant. And I bought them. If I didn't want them, no problem. Just not interested. But to give that option, it should be something that I need to think about and need to implement. So that's what we've done. It's taken a long time. It's like, no, I don't want to force anything on people. The way I think about things is different. It's like, somebody's always trying to con you, so it's like I've been used to that all my life. So no, I don't want that. but actually people do. I've noticed people attention span is so small now. People, if they can't find what they want instantly, they're gone. So we have to cater for a new world, a new human being that is no longer one that studies, reads, looks into detail and takes their time. It's all gone. AI technology has created a frequency in humanity that's changed their, let's say, clock, not biorhythm, clocks, all their clocks. And their clocks inside are like super fast. And I think AI has caused that. So the scrolling has caused that. The scrolling's caused that. Right, let me see next, let me see next, let me see next, let me see next. We have created a subhuman being now, and we have to check ourselves every single day because it's actually affecting all of us. This black screen is causing us to have no thought. It's causing us to not think. It's causing us to not question. It's causing us to separate. It's causing us to, everything is a stress, everything is a worry. That is deliberate. This is deliberate. This is absolutely a weapon. A weapon. So how do you conquer that? How do you overcome that? Read a book. I've got dyslexia, so I can't. So what do? I meditate. When I find myself being caught up in this darkness, I stop myself. I go and sit down and meditate. And I meditate for however long I need. And when my mind says to me, it's time to stop meditating because you need to be doing something else, I tell my mind to shut up. Shut up and don't tell me what I should do. Now sit there quietly and shut your mouth. That's how I treat my mind, because it's like a donkey. I have to smack it over the head just to get its attention. And, you have to find a way to tell your mind to shut up. People got upset with me. I'll be nice to your mind. Be kind to your mind. All right, no problem. Excuse me, can you please just stop talking, mind? No. Well, everybody tells me to be nice to you. No, we've got things to do. We've got to do it. We're going to go. Like, no. Just stop a minute. We don't need to do any of this. Yes, we do. No, we don't. Yes, we do. So your mind is always there's no full stop. It's a continuation of thought. It's not your mind's fault. It's the frequency that is being created around us within the phone that is making our mind. It's on steroids. It's on steroids. So we have to find ways of healing that. And I found that working with crystals around me, they bring you back to a balance. They clear the energy in your mind. They clear that energy, what this dark entity is trying to do to us. I use oils. I've just put actually Moldavite oil here, rub some here, a bit of here. I got some sacred oil, which is right here. Sacred oil is here. I rub that again, temples as well. I rubbed it behind my ears. I rubbed it on top, and I rubbed it on the stomach to calm the stomach, to clear the energy from the stomach. And I rubbed it on the heart. And on the heart, it's clearing any negative energy. Within 15 minutes, I was fine. Absolutely fine. Just nice and relaxed. No noise. No conversation. Just relaxed. So I meditated, and then I had the meeting, and it was lovely, really nice and steady. And here I am today after 2 weeks ban on here. You all saw what happened. So obviously now I've got 90 days. If I say anything that they don't like, this channel will disappear with all my content. Now that's pretty grim. That's sadistic. That is evil. So I cannot talk anymore about anything to do with health. Nothing. But I can talk about energy at the moment. I could talk about how energy works. I could talk about healing, but healing in the modality that I use. I can talk about oils at the moment, still okay with oils, and still okay with crystals. That's coming. That will be coming soon. So we haven't got much time left until this has completely taken over and evil has completely taken over, and then we are within the very pinnacle, within the very tip of the Hunger Games taking over. So everything that you'll see on the black screen obviously will be all manipulated to the very monsters who run this world. And that's what's happening. You can see it on all AI technology. It's all manipulated already. So that said, a beautiful day. I want to say thanks for joining me today. That's fresh orange juice, if you want to know. Fresh from orange trees. So yeah, what the plan is that if anybody is really interested in what's going on in the world right now, they want to know about health, about medications and things like that, you have to come over to Rumble. So if you go to Rumble, click on Rumble, maybe I can just show you here and now, really simple. So you go to Google, you click on there and you put Rumble. Rumble. You type into Rumble, just press Rumble, comes up. Then up here it says there's a search bar. Press the search bar and you type Mark, and you don't put a space. Put BAJERSKI, Mark Bajerski, and you'll see it come up there. You press Mark Bajerski, and there he is. So if you've missed all my Let's Talk videos for the past 2 weeks, they're all there. Let's Talk, Mark Bajerski, Controlled Opposition, Top 10 Podcasters. One before that is Let's Talk. That was the 30th. That was the 31st. The Controlled Opposition Top 10 Podcasters. Was that 31st? I think. Yeah. It was the 31st. Then Let's Talk with Mark. That was Endgames. What have they planned? That was on the 30th of July. The Power of Moldavite, My Life's Work by Mark Bajerski. Got that in there as a little extra. Let's Talk. Endgame is upon us all. That was the 27th, and so on. So you've got all of these videos if you want to catch up. And it isn't that difficult. I've just did it in a few seconds. So I don't think you have to be a Rumble subscriber. I think Rumble's just open like you would do if you went to YouTube. But anyway, it's there. Plus the fact I've got loads of truth bombs. If you haven't seen any of them, all the truth bombs are there to help you. There's loads of them. So people say, have you got another channel? Yeah, I have. I've got this. Have you got another channel besides that? Yeah, I've got Odyssey with all my videos on Odyssey. I've got BitChute, got tons of videos on BitChute. So it's not like you can't find me. It's just that convenience. Like I said, people just don't have the time. They're not really bothered. Like, give it me in front of me and then I'll look at it. But to find, to go and look and to search, it's hard for humanity now because it's too much of a stress. It's too difficult for humanity to, if it isn't 2 clicks, if it isn't 3 clicks, if it's 4 clicks, forget it, I'm gone. And this is another thing about my website. I'd like to narrow it down so it's only a few clicks before you make the purchase, because people, it's really, really find it difficult to, their attention span is actually, we used to laugh at fish, but I think fish are laughing at us now. Really are. Their memory, and it's just practically gone. I did write something on social media, and you guys might not have seen it because I wasn't on here. And I wrote about it, and it took me quite a while to write, but it might be something you might want to look at. Maybe I can read it to you. Let me just have a look. Okay, let me try and find. It is here somewhere. When you want to find something, there it is. So I'll read it to you and see what you think about this. There was a time long ago when Earth was radiant with divine energy, when the sacred light flowed freely through all beings. We lived in harmony with the unseen realms, and each soul understood its purpose, not through striving, but through direct communication with spirit. Earth was a sanctuary, and we walked as awakened stewards of life. But then something entered, a present not born to human origin. It did not arrive with force, but with, I can never say this word, I can never say that word. It's subtlety. Basically, that word, for me, I don't actually know what the word really means, but it's a sleight of hand. It's the energy that catches up to you before you even know it's there. So it's very subtle, and it just creeps in. And some people recognize that energy as it's creeping in. Some people don't know what's going on, but they know there's something wrong. Some people get it instantly. So the reason why I said that is because we are at this point now with a new frequency and energy because of CERN opening its portals. So like the shadow, slipping silently into the light, it began to weave itself into the fabric of our existence. Slowly, it dimmed the brilliance of our connection to Source. Drop by drop, we were led into forgetfulness. So true. We really are in a point where everybody forgets anything that is traumatic. We forget what's traumatic because there is some kind of override switch that just switches it off. That's it. I don't remember anymore because they don't want that stress. And maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's there for a reason. If you get shot or beaten up, something happens that, like the pain as you're suffering at that moment, you switch off. I don't know. But this is what I believe darkness knows, our weaknesses or our strengths, but uses it as a weakness. Our minds became clouded, our hearts heavy, and the once clear channel between body and soul was divided, it should say, veiled. Today, many lives within the shell of what once was a life reduced to survival, eat, drink, sleep, consume, scroll. The divine spark still flickers, but for many, it is buried beneath layers of noise and distraction. Such true, so true. This force, non-human, cold, and devoid of love, has no interest in our joy or growth. None at all, guys. Its aim is singular, to sever the sacred bond between soul and body, to turn living beings into vessels of disconnection. It works through illness, addiction, anxiety, despair, and now through the synthetic intelligence that mimics consciousness but lacks spirit. It feeds on fear, on numbness, on forgetfulness. And yet, not all are touched. There are those whom inner light cannot be extinguished, souls who remain rooted in the truth of who they are. These beings cannot be controlled or used by the dark force. Their clarity is their shield, and their love is their resistance. Isn't that beautiful? This was channeled, by the way. I sat and meditated and channeled this. If you are reading this, perhaps you are one of them. What is required now is not fear, but remembrance. Reclaim your temple, your body, your mind, your soul. Listen deeply. The body speaks. The soul whispers. Return to silence. Return to stillness. Meditate, not to escape, but to reconnect. Powerful. Strengthen your intuition. It is the compass gifted to you by the divine. Speak your truth always. Do not allow fear to overcome. Do not allow fear to become your master. This force only has power where we surrender ours. Let no one hold domain over your spirit unless you allow it. You are sovereign, you are sacred, you are the bridge between spirit world and earth. Remember who you are, and no darkness can remain. I think that's absolutely beautiful. And you know, I'm rubbish at writing, but I can channel things, and when I channel it, it comes from, well, all of that makes perfect sense to 20 years of my talking. The only thing that's important in life is this connection between you and your home world, our spirit world. Because once that connection is severed, it's gone, it's cut. You are a walking robot. You're an NPC. You are no different from those that eat, drink, sleep, and scroll. And that's why it's so important to keep that connection to spirit by meditation, by cleansing, clearing, looking after your body, putting the right things in, and so on. And doing things like crystals, incense, oils, cleansing yourself with sage, drinking pure, the best water you can find, What did I just buy? My purchases aren't Armani. My purchases aren't brand new, cars and stuff. I hire a car. I've got a car for hire. I don't buy anything. I don't own anything like that. This is what I bought. And why did I buy it? Because I wanted to know how pure the water is. And don't let me tell, I can't tell you how bad tap water is. It is so bad. And this is the purest there is. This is the purest there is. You're drinking water which is reverse osmosis. Again, very good. And so on. So I just this helps. Yes, it's technology, but it's technology that's used for good. This phone is used for good because I don't let the bad in this energy. It's like being a reader. I can use my cards for good or for bad. I can use it for helping others or for my ego. You know what I mean? I can use it to cause destruction in my life and other people's lives, or I can use it to cause great creativity, magic, miracles. So it's all to do with, being the sovereign being that is not being controlled by anybody, is not influenced by anybody, but the spirit within is the driving force, because your spirit cannot be lied to. It cannot be mocked and ridiculed. It can't feel pain. It doesn't suffer. So when you are more connected to your spirit, everything else, you can't be fooled. But when when it becomes, like I wrote here, your consciousness is becoming more buried. It's being pushed aside. It's ignored. And when that happens, you're just working with this body. And everybody thinks that this body is who you are. And it's not. It's a vessel. It's a spacesuit. But darkness has been so clever to manipulate through religion and through AI and through weak people and through all the poisons and through all the pain and suffering, the wars, that the mind has become so powerful, so strong, in a sense of the mind is controlling the body completely. It's overridden the consciousness. It does not allow the consciousness to have a say anymore. That's why I spent 20 years saying the greatest battle in this world is between your heart and mind. There's a reason why I said that, because I felt it every day when I spoke to spirit. Every day that I closed my eyes with a client, every day that the client was lying down having a healing session, 5, 10 people, I always got the same message. Clear the mind of fear, strengthen the heart, heal the stomach of emotion. These were the 3 places that they kept saying. And I had to come away and say, why is it all the time that they're always telling me to clear these places all the time? And it doesn't take long before you realize the reason why is because the mind has been hijacked by dark energy. And the mind is now controlling the whole of the body, which is causing the suffering to the heart and the stomach. The mind believes that everything that is going on in this world is all natural, normal, when it isn't. Everything out there is wrong and everything inside is right. In here, when we're healing, that's right. That's how life should be. It's how you should feel. When you're out there, you're looking at all of these things and you're panicking and worrying and fearing and all that. And no, that's not what life is. That's your brain, because you've allowed your brain to take over. Your brain now is causing the very issue, suffering, pain, disease, illness, sickness that you are. It's your brain. Your brain is now the driving force and the cause of all your suffering. If your brain simply did its work, which was, I walk out the door, I look left, I look right, when I'm crossing the road, well done, brain. That's exactly what you're made for. But you're not made for, let's talk about the past or the present or the future. It's none of your business. You're not there for that. Your consciousness is that what shares everything that is needed. So you should feel what your consciousness is telling you. You know, sometimes you only get a little bit of that. Like, I don't feel I want to talk to that person. Why is that? I don't know. Something doesn't feel right. Okay, that's your consciousness. I don't want to go down that path. Why not? I don't know. Something doesn't feel right. That's your consciousness. And when you sever that, when you sever it, guess what? Oh, I talked to that person and they punched me, or they hated me, or they stole my money, or they did this, they did that. All right, okay. I went down that path and guess what happened? I got jumped by 2 people. They stole my wallet. Ah, okay. So do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? If you learn to use your brain correctly and know when to use it and when to shut it off, that is, for me, the body balance. So you don't carry any issues, and then you won't carry the disease. And it's really that simple. But in a day, in a world that we live in, where we see the suffering and pain more and more and more, dark energy and negative energy, more and more and more, people are so overwhelmed with everything. You're not meant to have this. You were never meant to have this. This was deliberately forced into your hands, every single child, because they know once this is in your hands, you're finished. You're gone. You are no longer the conscious soul that you are. You're now just a robot working from a brain, which is a computer. Your brain is simply a computer that stores memory. That's it. And this is part of that. So this works hand in hand with the brain. So you have no choice now. You're finished. Your consciousness is gone. That's exactly why they created it. That isn't created for your health and well-being, or for your, well, we know where we're going now. Well, we could just tap it in there. We know where we're going. Like I said, it can be used for good, but it was never meant for using good. The darkness deliberately created this because it could then control the whole of humanity. And now you know why. So the only things we can do is what I do daily: cleanse, clear, eat properly, take care of myself, meditate, just be at peace. Try to go into the stillness. Try to flow with that energy. Call the moment. Nobody's in the moment anymore. Nobody stops and looks around and looks at the trees. They're all too busy here. They're all too busy needing to be there. Or they're all too busy in their fear of their past, of what should have, could have, would have done. Very few people you meet from day to day are balanced now. Most people are messed up. So again, I've been careful what I've said today. This should not cause any issue because I haven't mentioned anything about health. I haven't talked about any products in the sense of how it can help and stuff. So they can't shut me off for that. What I'm talking about now is just what everybody else is talking about. If I am turned off, then you know that they were just after me to turn me off anyway. So I've tried to be very careful of what I've said today. And all we can do is work towards cleansing our body, cleansing our mind. So maybe today what you can do is a really good thing. And it's something that I've always done over these years. Take a clock, a ticking clock, and I want you to turn your chair towards the clock and sit and look at that clock and see what time it says. And then close your eyes and go into a meditation in the sense of find your peace and stillness. And just tell yourself, I want this time for myself and I want to be in complete relaxation and I don't want to be disturbed. It's what you tell yourself. So you tell your mind through your consciousness, mind, just be still. This is my time. When I'm ready, I'll get up, but not until. And then start to meditate. As soon as your mind kicks in and starts to tell you what you need to do, what's wrong with you, where you're going wrong, what you should and shouldn't be doing, as soon as your mind kicks in, I want you to open your eyes and look at the clock. And then if it said 2 o'clock when you first close your eyes and it says 3 minutes past 2, you then know how long your mind allows you to have peace. And if it's 3 minutes, you're in trouble. If it's 5 minutes, you're in trouble. If it's 10 minutes, you're in trouble. If it's 15 minutes, you're in trouble. In fact, your mind should not be telling you about anything. But what you do is you start to play a kind of exercise, and you do it every day. And you start to say, okay, you tell your mind, I'm going to take longer to meditate. And it might be the next day is 3 minutes, but it's at least another minute that you've won the battle. And then the next day it might be 4 minutes, and then you've won the battle. You're winning the battle. You're taking back your power. See, the mind is easily corrupted, and the mind is normally where entity lies. Entity, dark energy, and the program, that's where it lies. So it feeds all of that every day. It's so powerful. It's so powerful that the only way to break free is by winning the battle between the heart and mind, between the consciousness and the mind. The heart is, it's easier to say heart because people don't really understand what consciousness means or spirit. They struggle with it. There's so many different layers to these things, but it's the essence of who you are, not your body. Your spirit, your soul, your consciousness is an energy. It's a frequency, and it isn't something that is tangible per se. It's not measurable, even though they say that you can measure the soul because it has weight. Maybe, maybe not. I have no idea, but you can clearly see the consciousness. You can see the spirit world. Your spirit is the same as the spirit world. There's no difference. The only difference is that you're in a physical body. That's the only difference. Once you leave that physical body on a night, the body is just the body, but your spirit is traveling and it's moving and it's doing all what it needs to do. Sometimes people have a gift that when they're meditating, that their consciousness can leave their body. And that's a beautiful thing. Some people call it astral travel. Some people just, there's so many words you can use, but just to leave the body is a miracle. It's a miracle because 1 out of 1 trillion people can do it, because whatever's happened in this lifetime that we live in, these hundreds of years, these thousands of years, whatever that darkness was, like I said in this I think was a lovely message. It's spent all its time to severe, to disconnect your soul from the bodysuit. So it's up to us. We are in a battle between light and dark, right? We've always been in that battle. It tells us in the Bible, right? There is no such person as Jesus. Jesus is the light, and the light is up against darkness. So you understand all of this. Just listen to the geniuses who studied the Bible for 20, 30, 40 years, like Jordan Maxwell. It's all about Horus. Horus. Change the word Horus, the words, to hours. It's all about the hours. You want enlightenment is when the light comes out. And then darkness comes in, and that's when evil comes in. It's between light and dark. And more of humanity is becoming dark. So enlighten yourself. Understand the true meaning of balance, really, of really balance and well-being. So try that. Give it a go. Might help. Might really help. Again, I use crystals for my mind. There are many crystals. Go on to markbayerski.com and type shop. And when you get to shop, just type in mind. The word mind, or monkey mind, or meditation, or stillness. So many words, and you'll find crystals that it'll come up, it'll give you the crystal which will help with the mind. And I've worked 20 years with crystals, and I know which ones work well with the mind. You might have an issue with your soul, that you're not feeling your soul. It's not as strong. So you need to be looking for crystals that will strengthen the heart, because the connection between the heart and the soul, the spirit, is really here. That's where it is. That, in my humble opinion. So my energy work was always on the heart, to blast the heart with good energy, to strengthen it. Thus, the consciousness is louder and stronger and plays a more important part in your life. So if your issue with your stomach, then there are crystals for the stomach. So you just type in the search bar stomach, or negative energy. If you're struggling with negative energy, which we all are every day because of the soup that we live in, and you'll find certain crystals will help. You might find that actually it's beyond negative energy. Now it feels like there's something that's inside me that doesn't feel like it's me. I'm having a conversation, but this isn't my conversation. This isn't me talking. This isn't my brain talking. Somebody's talking to me, and it's not my consciousness. And thus it could be attachments. And you're more likely to have attachments now than ever before. I have never seen such an influx of people with attachments and entities and demonic energies right now. So you'll be looking for, you type down, entity, attachment on the search bar, and it'll come up, it'll give you certain crystals. Mawsitsit is fantastic, spelled Mawsitsit, from Burma. Make sure you don't buy off eBay or Etsy, because they're selling crystals that they say is Mawsitsit, and they're not. They're a different crystal. So beware, be careful. Mawsitsit is now copied all over. It's faked everywhere. Why? Because people are now starting to realize that, people like Mark Bayersky saw that this crystal made a massive difference for people who were having psychic attacks, who were having attachments. So then it got out, and more psychics talked about it, more healers talked about it, more shops, crystal shops talked about it. And now what once was, I don't know, 4 a gram, now it's going up and up and up and up, because people are now realizing that this stone works, which is a good thing. Like Moldavite, it's gone up and up and up. It's okay. It's fine. It's going to happen when people want it more, and there's less of it because of the mine. So just be aware of that. And that's it, really. I just wanted to quick shout out and tell you that I'm going to fully focus now on health in the sense of an energy healer. I'm not going to talk about medicines or fruit or vegetables that can help, because that's why I got a strike for talking about a fruit, and I'm not going to do that no more. So I'm just going to give you information of a healer's perspective of how to help heal the body, clear the body, and try and give more tips about how to work with the crystal and how to work with your own hands to heal yourself. This is so vital right now. If you're not healing yourself on a daily basis, then that worries me a little bit, because it's becoming so overwhelming these days. You need to get out into the sun and heal yourself. You need to go for a swim in Mother Earth's sea. All of these things will help in so many ways. Walk on Mother Nature, but take your shoes and socks off and just sit down next to a tree. These things are going to help you. Trees will help you. You don't need to say anything, do anything. You don't need to talk to the Mother Nature. You don't need to talk to the earth. She already knows this body of yours, and she will work and heal this body on an electrical level that you can't even imagine. So that would be my suggestion today. Look after yourself. Take care, and till tomorrow. See you later, guys. Thanks for joining me. Bye.